Hello, project leaders. My name is Houston Sloan, and this is Rachel Mills. We serve on the domestic side of Operation Christmas Child. Rachel is also a project leader representing you all today. We also have Sheridan Shroop with us from the international side of Operation Christmas Child. Today, we're going to take you behind the scenes and discuss the steps for exporting Shoebox gifts in over 100 countries. Why? Because it's all about Jesus and taking the gospel to the ends of the earth. Now, Sheridan, tell us about your role.
So I oversee international logistics for the OCC ministry, and we manage the export of these gifts over the ocean, and then we manage the import of these gifts through customs into over 100 countries each year. Now, prayerfully, once it clears customs, it's transported by just different modes of transportation, which we've seen on the videos and pictures, to one of our 1,300 secondary delivery sites that are deep within the country, and that's where our volunteers pick up the boxes to do ministry.
Wow, such a detailed process, project leaders. Now let's talk about our gift suggestions list. Can you explain what this means to your team?
One of the most beautiful parts of our project is the variety of items and the uniqueness of each gift. But from a customs perspective, this actually can cause challenges for us. Customs likes uniformity, they like standardization. I realize customs can be a little bit of a mystery for people, but customs has two primary roles. The first is to collect revenue in the form of taxes or tariffs on those items that are imported. That's it. The second is to protect its citizens by making sure that items are high quality and that they are safe. Now, the suggested items list allows our boxes to be unique and provides tons of options for our shoebox packers, but also provides some good parameters so that we can be uniform enough to pass through customs. So let's talk about customs. So customs wants to know exactly what is in each box. They want to know how many pencils, how many of them are sharpened, what color they are. I mean, there could be thousands of items in one container of our shoe boxes. We cannot give customs a list that tells them everything that's in that container. So our standard packing list pairs perfectly with our suggested items list. And in fact, our packing list has several key phrases on it that actually help us to pass through customs. It says gift boxes contain an assortment of new items for children, and it also says the variety of the following types of items. We use statements like these to help our team pass through customs. And even with these strategies, I will tell you, it is a miracle that we were able to clear customs in over 100 countries each year. And that is why this ministry has to be built on prayer. We have to pray our way through customs each year.
Okay, this is very helpful. So now let's talk about crafts.
So we love the creativity of our shoebox packers, but we would just advise to limit the number of crafts and mostly focus on our gift suggestions list, because unfortunately, creativity is not our friend when we're going through customs.
So project leaders, crafts are okay. You need to hear that. We just need to be prayerful and mindful and perhaps limit how many we put in our shoe boxes. But I have seen so many beautiful handmade items over the years in gifts. And here's some examples from a church in East Tennessee. I have this baby doll wow item that is wrapped in this beautiful crocheted blanket. Also some really cute hair ties and a really pretty handbag that was crocheted. And then I love these fun wooden cars that people make.
Now, Sheridan, will you explain the ministry costs and the delays that we experience when items are held up in customs?
So if customs flags an item that is not on our packing list, then they may ask us to explain further. If they find an item that they would deem unsafe or of low quality or maybe used, they actually may send that to the lab for testing. And both of these scenarios will delay our containers getting through customs, which means we will pay storage on those containers until we can resolve the issue.
This would be a great opportunity to talk about the inappropriate item list. I know that the ministry desires to keep this list short and limit the categories, because none of us project leaders would want to pack anything that would prohibit a child from hearing the gospel. So Sheridan, let's do kind of a quick lightning round on these categories. So liquids or lotions?
If the liquids are compromised, they can actually destroy other boxes and other cartons below them in the container.
Okay, breakables.
So if something breaks in a box, it can be a danger to the child who opens or even a customs inspector.
Okay, so what about ingestibles?
Anything such as candy, toothpaste, medicine, vitamins, all of those are highly regulated, and they're a problem because they go into the body.
Now let's talk about soap. and the recent decision to add soap to the inappropriate items list?
So we have challenges with soap in over 50 countries. Soap touches the skin, but even more importantly, it is absorbed into the child's skin. So it falls under the FDA of that country and is highly regulated. Soap is a safety issue for the child from a customs perspective.
Wow. Sheridan, you have a very big job. And I know that it wouldn't be possible to do the things that you do without the leading of the Holy Spirit or the Lord directing your paths. Can you tell us how you've seen God's hand in the work that you do?
Yeah, we do have a big job, but we would not be able to do this without the fuel that our domestic shoebox packers provide. We work in 100 of the hardest to reach countries in the world. They're hardest to reach for a reason. We should not be in these countries. It is a miracle that we can pass through customs each year into these countries. We're in these countries, we're going deeper, we're doing it with more excellence. That's how I see God working, is we're there and we're growing.
Project leaders, we hope that this time was encouragement to you. Please take this helpful information back to your churches. And remember, it's all about Jesus.